Welcome back for all of our listeners. And if you're new here, hello. I'm Kimberly, your host, and this is The Parent Solution, your one-stop shop for all things educational. Today, I'm talking about entrepreneurship and ways in which you, as a parent, can encourage your child to become an entrepreneur with skills that are going to last them a lifetime. The global marketplace is changing and quickly. Industries are evolving as certain trends go viral, and this is the effect of new industries that are emerging and new job options becoming possible. At the same time, popular career fields that were from the past are now obsolete as new technology takes care of the tasks that people used to do. So in the midst of all this, how do we as parents and caregivers raise our children to have an entrepreneurial mindset and to coach them to be able to ride the waves of change? That's a big question, right? The straight answer and the simple answer is to teach your child the three, what I like to call the holy grail traits of entrepreneurship. So I've kept this podcast practical and simple for you. Trait number 1 is creativity. Creativity is important because AI, or artificial intelligence, is not everything, at least not yet. You do need to encourage wild imagination in your child. Have them think outside the box. Help them to think outside the box by imagining solutions and testing theories and exploring environments, or breaking apart tech, or writing stories, or drawing other worlds. The possibilities are endless, and it should be so for your child. You want to celebrate your child's individuality, and you want to help grow their confidence in the knowledge that they are fearfully and wonderfully made. There's no need for them to copy what their siblings can do, or what you can do, or what their friends can do, because they can be themselves and enjoy being unique. Teach your child that the world needs their creativity, because we really do. We need adults who still view the world with a childlike wonder, and we need scientists who push the limits and test all the theories that we know, who don't accept status quo as an answer. We need artists who can accurately express what we are feeling inside. We need politicians who have a genuine heart for the people. Don't dumb your child down to fit into mediocre spaces. Instead, build them up to reach for the stars. Trait number 2 is adaptability. There will be times in your child's life where they will have to adapt to different situations. These sometimes awkward moments are inevitable for anybody who's trying to get anywhere in life. So a key attribute in these sorts of situations is adaptability. Being able to appropriately plan out and manage change is critical as an entrepreneur. In business, your child will be dealing with people and their needs and the basic laws of supply and demand, whatever services they might be offering. It is important for your child to know the difference between lines in the sand, which are rules that can be bent or changed, and lines in the concrete, which are principles that can remain unchanged. And knowing when to draw what line can make or break a business or a business relationship. Now, you can build your child's adaptability by playing out real-life situations at their level to help them figure out how to best respond. Role-playing, as an example. You can also teach healthy physical and emotional boundaries with others and with themselves. Children do need to learn that it is important to respect other people's rights and boundaries as well as their own. And the last trait that I want to mention is discipline. Now, we all know as adults what motivation feels like. It's that spark of inspiration that sets a fire in your soul. And in that moment, you know we can do anything and we can overcome any sort of obstacle. And then over time, maybe, an hour or 2 hours or a week, that sort of spark dies. And if we don't have discipline, we go back to normal and we wonder why we aren't achieving our dreams. Discipline is the bridge between inspiration and our goals. If you genuinely want to raise children that think outside the box and not only have ideas, but actually step out and follow through on them, you need to raise children who have a high level of discipline. Because let's be honest, society will not teach your child discipline. How can they? With endless Netflix show binges, social media time thieves, and gossip magazines. Teaching your child discipline develops that much needed attribute called grit. Grit is the ability to do the hard stuff without quitting. You can encourage discipline in your child by teaching them to do difficult things, at first doing them with you, and then gradually on their own. Building a regular schedule of physical activity is absolutely essential because this trains your children to understand the power of mind over matter. Teaching healthy habits as a lifestyle involves working out. The best way for you to teach your child these 3 holy grail traits for entrepreneurship is to exemplify them yourself. Support your child as they develop in all 3 of these areas. That is all for this week's episode of The Parent Solution. If you have any comments or questions, either about this issue or others that have come up for you, you can always find me on social media. It's Star Students on Facebook and LinkedIn, or starstudents.learning on Instagram. You can also reach out through email, which is all over social media channels. Thank you, as always, so much for listening, and I'll be back next week.